столько жизни вокруг.
There is so much life around.
И столько смерти.
And so much death.
Hello, my friend. Hello, Commander. Glad to see you here. Holding on, holding on. What a general. We're going to win. Good to see you. Things will be fine, brother. It's gonna be okay. Buddy, come along. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come in. Come in. Hi. Hello, Gary. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, Andrei Volodymyrovich. This is our Kinderwelt, a very important program for children. The most important thing here is Habuki. Habuki is the most important here. Habuki is pretty sad, so children put him up. Yes, and they talk to him. Yes, he is such a good doggy. They talk to him, find comfort, find support. I do too, and so do you. We remember you giving a lecture in Lviv about PTSD. Yes, yes, because I shocked you a little bit. Well, it was very interesting. It was very vivid and, quite revealing, very visual. Even though your lecture was aimed at adult audience, PTSD, unfortunately, is something that has now united both adults and children. We probably have about 5 children now, at this moment, this week. But in general, as we've been working, we've supported more than 1,000 children and families. You've supported the military and their children a lot. And so I wanted to talk about PTSD, show the kids how to react to their fathers, that they don't do it on purpose. On the contrary, they're showing their love, that they fought, and what they suffered for. It's very important how families work with PTSD patients. Not only we have to change, but also civilians must change. This is the work for the whole family, for the whole society. By the way, do you know what my idea is, Gary? I'm telling you this right now, online. Let's do it, so that no one knows. Yes. What if we invited our children over and you told them some of your stories? Sure. I'll be happy to tell them how their dads feel. Of course I'll tell them, because their dads can't say that. They'll hear it when another man tells them, of course. I'd be happy to do it, with great pleasure. If you tell us when, we'll do it. Yes, we'll schedule it. Anytime, yes. Right now, he is. But he won't be surprised. You can't surprise him. Yeah, you can't surprise him. Hello. Hi. May I? Come on in. All right then. How are you? Still alive. Are you working? Still alive. Working as usual. What's your job? Now, the Department of Youth and Sports has a division that provides sports for people with disabilities. That's the term we use. I work in the division that is now engaged in sports for the male and female country's defenders, that is, for those who have been wounded, who have some kind of limitations, serious injuries, or, frankly speaking, some kind of disability, and they need to be involved in sports for many reasons. Among others, there are social reasons. We must give people the opportunity to achieve new victories, as I like to say. I have a difficult question to ask you. Have any of your Azov people been released from captivity? No one during the last year. The Azov soldiers aren't being exchanged. As of now, at the time of our meeting, not one of them was exchanged in the last 8 months. Were you exchanged because you were almost dead? I got back as a heavily wounded in the first exchange. I was lucky in this regard. But we must remember that not all the seriously wounded got back. Many of them are there, in a terrible condition, and videos of some of them appear sometimes. So I don't know. I feel that if I fly to you, to fix my prosthetics a bit and everything else, I guess I'm going to meet the politicians again. Whoever I can reach, we have to, yes. That's how Vlad and I met through this organization, Revive Soldiers Ukraine. But those are isolated cases. It's very expensive. It's very expensive to fly there. It's impossible to take all the wounded. Even 1,000th of them. 1,000th. There are a lot of wounded now, sadly. Is there no American program to help? No. These are volunteers. It's all volunteers. And they also get exhausted at some point. It can't go on forever. There should also be government programs. And as part of the Ленд Лиз package, there should be international rehabilitation programs. Because Ukraine can't cope on its own. It's impossible. Firstly, lots of wounded. Secondly, Ukraine is also exhausted, in many ways. It's impossible to do this. So of course, we all must, including the politicians. These are political decisions that have to be made. Yes, we can do something. We can meet with politicians. We can demand. We can show and tell them. Are we really to give up on him? I'm not going to leave him. You are not. Me too. But how much can we do? There are thousands of Wikipedias like this. Andrei Volodymyrovich. What an unusual guy he is, of course. This Wikipedia, yes, a unique person. He is unique. He survived so much. He was supposed to die so many times. He was treated in America. There, we have such foundation as Revived Soldiers Ukraine. They took and brought there so many guys. I've heard about it. They do a lot. At least, more than they can. We recently have had a fundraising with them. They were all there, these guys. How many of them? One guy has lost his eye, his arms and his leg. And yet he still wants to continue. He says, if only I could, I'd serve more. I'll do something. They don't lose their heart. But that Azov soldier, Wikipedia, he lifts their spirits up. He lifts me up too. I'm a victim of this terrible PTSD myself. For me, for example, it's therapy even for me. When I am with them, when I sit with them, I don't have to say anything. Like you and me, sometimes we sit in the car and say nothing. Just sit. I wanted to introduce you to a unique technique, which I developed myself to remove foreign bodies, or in fact, shrapnel. Are these pieces of shrapnel? Yes, pieces of shrapnel removed from patients' bodies. Some of them are quite large, yet tiny. Very tiny, almost microscopic. They're different, but each carries a destructive force. You can see on this X-ray that even a small fragment can destroy both the upper and lower jaws, which then need to be restored, undergoing a complex reparative surgery. Is the left side completely shattered? It is completely shattered. How do you do this? We clean everything up, reconstruct it, and set a metal structure. What is this magnet for? The fact is that it is housed in a special shell that concentrates the magnetic pull on the working area, precisely at the end of the working tool. And the magnetic pull in this area is several times higher than the strength of the magnet itself. Does it accumulate? It accumulates on the working part. That is, this tip of the instrument is inserted into the wound, and then it is pulled out. As you can see, the bullet gets pulled out and it comes out. And then you don't have to cut. I don't have to inflict a lot of trauma. That is, the trauma is much less. What can we do? What can we convey to the Americans? to the entire civilized world? Well, first of all, you should convey the information on what's happening here, what you have seen, and that it's the young people who are suffering from this war. Yes, people. We will do everything we can. We will try hard. Everyone has to try their best. But I'd like to tell you, you know this guy, right? Sure. You see, he has these medals. These are given by commanders, heroes of all kinds. I also have my medal. It reads here that it is from me. This is my rank. This is for your merits. This is my Legion of Honor order. Thank you very much. Thanks. It's an honor for me. It's a great honor for me. It's an honor to meet you. And it's an honor to shake your golden hands that save lives. Save lives. My father was also a surgeon, a facial surgeon. Thank you very much. And you're very much like him. You also speak calmly. Huge gratitude to you, doctor. Yeah, it was a hard day today, wasn't it? We gotta get up early tomorrow. Kharkiv is 200 kilometers away from us. So many injuries, so much grief. But they are heroic guys. They're holding on. Moreover, they encourage us. Oh, Gary, our people are here. Who? The commander? Yes, the 92nd Brigade, Vasil Viktorovich. What a nice meeting we'll have now. Sure, I know you. You set it all up on purpose. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yuri, Captain Gary Tabach of the U.S. Navy, retired. Pleased to meet you. The pleasure is mine. We've heard about you. We've heard and seen you. I know you. I've heard of you. I've heard of you too. Glad to see you. Me too. Wish you good health. On our Kharkiv land, we brought you the car. Is it New Year's Eve today? So many gifts. Yuri, Gary Tabach, has a gift for you. Oh, come on. It's totally unexpected. We'll have to take this down to avoid getting targeted. On the contrary, it's all good. We are not afraid. The main thing is that such a horse arrived. Vitali, we have a whole royal flush today. Impressive. All the drones and... You need more. ATACMS, you need... Airplanes, you need... We need air defense. Air defense is needed in Kharkiv. I know. How much you do for Kharkiv. Everyone knows this. As for the brigade's needs, drones, 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 drones. This is a drone war. From the trenches of World War I, we've jumped straight into the current war. Thanks a lot for your help. Of course, I'd like to see the Congress making quicker decisions. We gotta put pressure. The Americans. People gotta put pressure. We need to put pressure to get the air defense system. The entire energy system of Ukraine is getting destroyed. And of course, we need it to drive away the FABs. If Russians come close. Gary, but this is your task, to tell America how hard it is for us, how many children died, how many women died, how many soldiers die every day, giving their lives. For Ukraine, so many refugees. Kharkiv has been fully destroyed. It is unbelievable. Until you see it, it's beyond comprehension. People don't even believe this can happen in the 21st century. It's so barbaric. At the start of the war, the 92nd Brigade defended the city of Kharkiv. If not for them, the Russians would have occupied Kharkiv. They defended it heroically. This is 100%. All Ukrainian soldiers are absolute heroes. But I know that Vasil also didn't let Kharkiv freeze. He did not. His people kept working. No one fled. Under the bombings, Vasil wasn't far from the 92nd Brigade. And apart from that, he fought there himself. He fought there personally. And besides, all those blocks and trenches for equipment, for people and everything, it was all him and his company. All the help was on the verge of highest level. Not less than the military. This is our city. This is our home. We worked with the heating network 24 hours a day. We shall bite the dust, but we'll defend our city. We'll always defend it. Ukraine is alive. It stands and it'll stand. Somehow, we've moved on from talking about air defense, right?
Столько жизни
There is so
вокруг
much life around,
и столько смерти.
and so much death.